Hey everyone, as always, Dylan Miller Prospecting, and welcome to my first top 10 list. And this top 10 list is going to be my top 10 ROIs of 2019. I always get people asking me what my top ROI was or who my most recommended seller was. So I figured I would go through all my reviews in 2019 and see which sellers and which bags I got my best ROIs from. So let's just start with number 10. And that's going to be Gold Bay, and it was their 1 gram Build-A-Bag. I got a 79.05% ROI. And I will say Gold Bay is probably, even though they're number 10 right here on the list, they are one of my top 3. They're probably my number 1 most recommended sellers, simply because they've been in business for 20 years and they consistently have 78 and plus ROIs. So I've never heard of anyone getting a really bad bag from them. And when you consistently get an 80% ROI, it's well worth it to me. Number 9 is going to be Paydirt Prospecting, an eBay seller, and it was their 2.5 gram bag. I got an 82.02% ROI, and they are one of my favorite eBay sellers. They're consistently good. They tell you what you're going to get in your bag with a minimum, and I always like that. And they consistently have high ROIs on their bags. So Paydirt Prospecting is going to be number 9. In the number 8 is Alaska Dredge Man, another eBay seller, and this was his 8-pound bag, and I got an 82.06% ROI out of that. But I will put a disclaimer, this Paydirt took an extremely long time before he shipped it, so I don't know if it was extra gold added or anything added to make up for the fact that it took a really long time for him to ship it out to me. But he still got in my number 8 spot. For number 7, it's going to be goldbay.com again. This was their 3-pound world's rarest quartz bag, and I got an 86.24% ROI. Now, as I said with the number 10 spot that they also hold, it's a company that's been around for 20 years and they have a money-back guarantee. So it's a company I feel very secure with, and I will be buying from them until all that changes. In the number 6 spot is Lynch Mining with their Gizmo Supremo XL jar. Its ROI was 88.51%. And I am a huge fan of Lynch Mining with their gold and their ROIs. I'm not a fan of their shipping, and I know that's a big turnoff to a lot of people. But when you're consistently getting 80% ROIs, I can deal with slow shipping sometimes. In the number 5 spot is going to be Lynch Mining again with their Gizmos regular Paydirt. And that one I got an 89.15% ROI on it. Now with their Gizmos regular, I have seen their ROIs fluctuate a huge amount because there's no set amount of gold in that bag. So that one's more of a gamble than with their Supremo or their XLs. In the number 4 spot is again Lynch Mining with their American Freedom 1-ounce bucket, where I got a 94.49% ROI. Now, this is in 1-ounce bucket, and when you're spending that kind of money, most sellers will give you a really high ROI. But I am still a fan of Lynch Mining, and I did love the 1-ounce bucket, just probably can't afford it again. In the number 3 spot is yet again lynchmining.com with their Gizmo Supremo jar. And in that one, I got a 95.14% ROI. Now, I can't say enough about Lynch Mining. Again, I am a huge fan of theirs. I just wish they would ship faster. But with the ROIs you can get, I just love their Gizmos bags. In the number 2 spot is Alaska Dredge Man again from eBay. This was his 2-pound bag, where I got a 98.59% ROI. Now again, I will put the disclaimer in there that one, these bags don't have any set amount of gold, so it is kind of a gamble. I did win on that gamble, and also I don't know if any extra gold was added because it took an extremely long time for him to ship this Paydirt out to me. In the number 1 spot is my absolute favorite eBay seller, and that is Alaska Nugget 907, where I got a 100.06% ROI. Now, I've reviewed him twice, and I've also done another one of his bags off camera, And in every one of those bags, I got an over 100% ROI. And I know multiple people who have purchased this Paydirt and always gotten over a 100% ROI. The one issue with that though is all his gold is extremely fine. So it is really hard to get all that gold out to get that 100% ROI. But if you can get all that fine gold out, it is well worth it. And he is definitely my favorite eBay seller by far. So that was my top 10 list of my best ROIs of 2019. I will put links below, so make sure you go check them out. And I also want to add in a couple more sellers that were really close to the top 10, and I figured I would add them in there just because I did almost get them in the top 10. And that was KenaiGold.com. I did their 3-pound s'more bag and got a 78.35% ROI, which is really good. So that was really impressive, and it almost made the list. The other one was CaribbeanGoldPaydirt.com. I did 2 bags of theirs, and on both with the average of 75% ROI. And that's really good, especially considering they are a really new seller. So 75% ROI on 2 bags of Paydirt was pretty good. Now lastly, I'm going to tell another name that should have been on this list, but I purposely took them off even though they would have been in the #1 spot. And that was DoradoGold.com. I did their 10-gram bag and got a 110.72% ROI. And they should have been on my #1 list, but unfortunately, it took them well over a month before they even shipped this Paydirt out. They were extremely slow with communication to me about that Paydirt, and I've heard multiple instances since my review came out of people who just never received their Paydirt. And when you're purchasing a $400 plus bag of Paydirt, never to get any communication out of them or your Paydirt, I couldn't with good conscience put them on the list. I will say they should have been on the list, and maybe one day once they get their act together, they'll be on the list. So all that's left is to flash up those scores and give away a 24-karat gold-plated dime. So let's flash up the scores right here. Now for today's 24-karat gold-plated dime giveaway, that's going to go to DJ Phipps. So DJ Phipps, make sure you email me so I can send this off to you. And to everyone else, thanks for watching, happy panning, and make sure you hit the subscribe button below if you're not already a subscriber.